Well, hi everyone. My name is Geoff from Medici Capelli Clinic here on Chevron Island, and today I'm here with Josh. Josh had a transplant with us on the 15th of the 1st, 21, and he's been kind enough to come in today to show us the results, which look pretty good. I think we did 1,500 grafts on you, Josh, and it was mainly all this whole frontal area through here. So that was his photos beforehand. I don't know if you can focus in on that or see that, but that's the amount of grafts that we did. So this is now 16 months post-op. So how does it make you feel? What did you think?
Great, confident, better. I don't feel like I'm receding and losing hair at a biblical rate. So yeah.
And how did you feel about the procedure itself on the day? I know you would, like everyone, you're worried about the procedure and all the things that might happen.
I think like every surgery, it's kind of nervous because you're going under the knife, but then once you start seeing what's actually going on, you kind of know that the problem you've got is actually getting fixed. It's going to get better. But yeah, while I was getting done, I was a bit nervous, but looking at the results compared to the photos, 16 months ago, it's well and truly worth it.
Yeah. What about your friends and things like that? Did anybody comment or anybody say anything?
I think it was the first 3 days I put photos of my swollen head up, and everyone asked what happened, and then I told them, and then 5-6 months later when they started seeing the hair, starting to sprout through, I had people that I'd been to school with 15 years ago asking, when and where did you get that done? And I've had that many people ask me, how and why did you get it done?
Yep.
And they were impressed.
Yeah.
And yeah, they can't even tell that it's actually a surgical procedure.
Yeah. I think that's the big thing, not enough people know about it. And the other thing is we talk about the growth rate. Usually you don't start to see hair or some hair for about 3 months after the procedure. Would you say that was the same for you?
Yeah, so it was about, I say around a 3-month mark, because I kept my hair quite short anyway, but once I kept washing it, and then one day I started seeing the hairs sprout through, but they all started sprouting through quite evenly, and that's where I started to know about the 90 to 100 day mark. Oh, this is actually, it's working, it's going well.
Yeah, and I know that you've had an FUT over an FUE, we do both in here. The FUT, how did you feel about having the FUT? Was that a worry to you?
No,
thoughts?
It was, after researching it online and looking at who's had it done, the actual procedure itself, I was quite confident that there are a lot worse surgeries out there, and then after getting it done, it was pain-free, there was no dramas at all, very comforting, and yeah, I just knew that a physical problem that I had that was causing confidence and anxiety issues was getting sorted. It was well and truly worth it.
Yeah. I'll just spin you around there just a little bit, Josh. As you can see, he wears his hair fairly short, and there's no signs of any big gaps or anything in his head that you can see there. He wears it fairly short. So I think the big thing is about transplants, there's a lot of myth out there that it's you're going to end up with these huge great big scars, and all sorts of things happen. But in normal cases, and if you get all your pre-operative instructions right, your transplant's just a dream. So on the day of your transplant, how did you feel that went? Did you feel that was it painful, or was it just something that you just went through?
The whole thing, I think the most painful part was getting a bit of local anaesthetic, but that was about it. But apart from that, it was completely painless. It was pain-free. It was great. Sleep that night was a bit different, but apart from that, all the post-operative care that you guys told me to do, I just adhered to, and everything worked out well, exactly as planned.
And what about your day here with the staff? How did you feel with the staff you were looked after?
Everyone was nothing short of lovely. Everyone knew what they were doing, and any questions I had, they were answering it straight away. And yeah, I didn't have a doubt in my mind that everyone knew what they were doing, so that was good.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks so much for coming in, mate. We really appreciate it. I know it's really hard for somebody to just come in and show up, and it's very hard to get guys to come in and show what they've had done, but You're a pretty brave guy. You
Okay,
rocked on up.
No,
So-
16 months on, I figured at least, this gives people a good idea of what it looks like 16 months on, not sort of 90 days to 6 months. It's actually 18 months on, or whatever it is. Actually, this is a great effect. So,
But here's the big question. How do you feel?
great, confident, better. I don't feel like I'm wearing a toupee anymore. When the hair, when the wind blows and I can feel my hair, blowing around. It's actually nice.
Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming in, mate. We really appreciate it.
Anytime, happy.
So there we are. There's a quick transplant with a happy patient here that comes in here, and he'll now be a good friend of Medici's, and we'll always be looking after him. So we'd like to see you as well. So rock on in.